Has anybody tried the E40?
No, you
That
said
shit's
bring
good.
a bottle.
Huh?
We thought you were gonna bring a bottle. That's your homie.
Yeah, that is my homie,
Oh,
but
talk about it.
but
did have.
but I
did
don't
have
know what
E40.
the name of his tequila is.
E40.
E40?
40.
40. Okay.
I didn't know he had a tequila. Yeah, that's crazy.
40 got everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
40
he got
water.
malt liquor, he got water, he got
Yeah, I had
slurricane.
40. He's a legend.
Yeah.
It was good packaging too. It looks good. It looks legit.
Yeah.
Shit is
Yeah.
smooth.
Yeah. I told when I first met 40, I said, dude, I love your music, but I love your entrepreneurship better than your music because you have made more money off of that than your music. And he surely has. So
I fuck with 40.
yeah, we did a video together.
For real?
Yeah.
Intro.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Go. Let's start again.
All right. Thank you for tuning into OuttaPocket Live, chilling with the fellas. Fucking beat, I go acapella. Hef's barbershop in this bitch. All out foul with the snaps and the fitteds. Mama in the back, handling his business. Just getting started. Let me finish. Now, without further ado, I would like to introduce OG Pollard and King's Bilion. If you didn't know, these bars you be killing. Now let's get on with the show. J Bilion, go ahead and bust the flow. Go.
No.
Damn.
No, Germ. No. But that was hard. That was hard.
I was trying to get the beat. Fuck it, we all. Yeah.
No, that was hard, and you should. That's amazing, right there.
That shit
Good.
is hard. No,
Yeah.
it is hard. That shit was hard. That shit was,
Nah, man, you did. You did.
Thank you guys for coming.
You did it very
Definitely.
well a cappella.
If you guys don't know OG Pollard, must be hiding under a fucking rock because he be everywhere. King's Bilion, I've been knowing you for years.
Oh yeah.
Real dope rapper. You got some new projects coming up.
Yes, sir.
When's it coming out, man?
I got some stuff coming. I got Pure Wave. I got a joint called Pure Wave coming out, and that's in about 3 weeks. That's like really soon. I'm wrapping up a little bit of promo on. I got a project called "Give Me My Steez Back" that's currently out.
Yeah.
So I got one more single to release off of that, another visual, and then Pure Wave. It's a bunch. I got a bunch of stuff all year, so I'm just happy to get it all out right now. Yeah.
No homo, right? I had a dream about you.
Nice.
I had a dream, but you gave me them those dunks.
Which
that
one?
I've been
What
asking about.
dunks?
The skater ones.
What? Which ones?
The ones that when you skate on the color comes off.
Oh, the Jordans, the SB.
What's up? Let me get those, bud. What can I get for those?
Man, what size are you?
Huh?
What
I'm the
size
same
are
size
you?
you?
What
Eight
size?
and a half, right? All right.
Nah, but I might have a pair for you.
For real?
But because I got two pair. I have a pair that's a pair without the paint and a pair with the paint on it. I literally have two pairs.
Nah, you said you got my size.
But that's the one without the paint. The 8.5. Yeah, the 9 got like the paint on it.
Let me get those, bud. Look, I got something, man. I got
Maybe.
something.
Yeah, you might.
Yeah.
You got some stuff. You got a shoe collection.
Huh?
You got a
Nah.
shoe collection, man. I'm not the only one.
I
There's a
want
lot of
those,
us out
though.
there.
I want those. Though.
They good. Yeah,
Yeah.
nah, definitely. I mean, we'll work something out.
Yeah.
We'll get something.
So Pollard, I've always wondered. Every time I see you in traffic, I'll be fucked up. Be like, dude, you're an inspiration. What is this? And you just be like, you be lit, just not even tripping. But where'd you come from? Like where? Like what? You came out of nowhere. Are you from out here?
I didn't come out of nowhere. No, I'm from Florida.
Okay.
But I've been out here since '82, so I've been here longer than y'all have.
Yeah.
Man, for real.
Yeah. I got
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, I got here in '83. That's crazy.
Yeah. 84.
So, where I came from in your world, let's start back in 2009 when I got divorced. And I'd had a dance partner for 40 years. And then all of a sudden I didn't have a dance partner. So we went searching for a dance medium that didn't require a partner.
Yeah.
And it ended up being hip hop.
tight. I was wondering about that. Like, why'd you choose, you know, why'd you choose us?
Because hip hop's the only dance you don't need a partner to do. I mean, you can't salsa dance by yourself.
Yeah.
You can't swing dance by yourself.
Yeah.
And so one night I went to Modesto on a Thursday night because I had heard it was the best party in Northern California on Thursday night.
Yeah.
And it was. There were 7 clubs open in an 8-block area. They all had really good DJs. There was 3,500 people on the street. And I sat there the first night and watched a couple of dudes dance.
Yeah.
30 minutes later, I said, I can do this. I walked out to the middle of the floor.
You got kids, Pollard?
Yep, I do. He ain't a kid anymore. He's 33 years old. But
Are they in the area?
I know that he lives in Denver.
Okay.
Yeah, he works construction in Denver now.
Is he a dancer?
He does dance, but he's not a dancer like Dad.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, he does dance.
How old were you in the 60s? Were you around? How old are you?
I'm 66.
66?
Yeah. So yes, I was in high school in the late 60s. Yeah. So Marvin Gaye,
Yeah.
Aretha Franklin, Supremes, Temptations.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the Temptations were.
Yeah, because I was late listening. You know, going through all the genres.
Catching up from that. Yeah.
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 But Bilion, you grew up with.
Yeah, I grew
And-
up with listening to that type of music. Yeah, my family.
Well, yeah. When I was in high school, R&B was my mode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
R&B was
and-
truer. It was more creative back then. I
Yeah.
felt like
Yeah.
you had to.
It was
wasn't-
more creative because Smokey was creative,
Yeah.
and Smokey wrote 80% of the R&B songs.
Yeah, I feel like nowadays you could, with how music is now, you could just say stuff
Yeah.
like really raunch. You could just get straight to the point.
Yeah.
But back in the day, you had to make up a way to say, you know,
The
that.
same
Like, I
thing.
want- yeah, the same thing. Like, I want to have sex with you,
but dance around the
you had to
nastiness.
dance around the nastiness and say it politely. Yeah, so I think it took a lot more like craftsmanship.
Exactly. And if Motown hadn't found Smokey, they'd have never made it.
Man, yeah, Motown.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Smokey wrote songs for the Temptations. He's the one that wrote My Girl.
Yeah, I
And
performed
that's
that.
the one that sent them off.
Which
Yeah,
one?
I performed My Girl at a school play. Yeah, and I did My Girl with the homies. I had a group of homies. We was the Temptations.
Yeah.
How long you been doing this?
Okay.
Billy, how long you been doing this for? I know it's.
What, music?
Yeah.
Well, my family, I come from like a musical family.
Yeah.
So my family got music roots based in church. So
Yeah.
I grew up, always knowing like all the R&B, and my dad was in the reggae music. I was exposed to different type of music at a young age. So
Yeah.
I was always,
Yeah,
my
'cause I caught on-
auntie
yeah.
song.
I caught on late, but
Yeah.
one thing I appreciate when you was rocking show, when you was getting busy,
Yeah.
like MCing is one of the hardest things to do, the most criticized. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it comes natural to you. Like I just be, you know what I mean? I've watched you for years, just how you move the crowd, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
How you control, you know what I mean? How you control your voice and eye contact and all that. It's like it seemed like come natural for you.
Yeah, it's
You know?
always felt it's felt natural, right? I
Yeah.
never had kind of maybe the nervousness or
Yeah.
the butterflies people might talk about and stuff.
Yeah,
I
you
always
never
felt
had
at
that.
home,
Yeah, see,
on the stage and like in front of people, right? I've always adjusted to that pretty good.
yeah. Because I just had to get out of my comfort zone. I was trying to, you know what I mean?
But you
But
did. That's the good
I
thing.
know,
It's
that's-
just stepping
yeah.
out and doing it, man.
Yeah,
I mean, because
this shit is hard because when we were in the studio for, you know, all those weeks, I was just sitting, you know, just watching you guys.
Yeah.
Just watching you guys work. And that shit was tight within itself.
Hell yeah, man.
Because you'll write your 16 in like 20 minutes, go in the booth, knock it out in two
Yeah,
takes.
easy.
And your ad libs like, and you be in and out. I'm
Get
like,
in,
damn, what
get
the
out,
fuck?
man.
Yeah.
I got that though from when I would record with my friends, so growing up, I didn't even really want to do music. Cause I felt like it was kind of like a black stereotype. I felt like it was like, oh man, all the black kids want to be rappers, right? So I didn't want to be a rapper. I wanted to do something else.
Yeah. What'd you want to do?
Well, I wanted to be an astronaut, right? I wanted to be a fireman at one point. Yeah. You know, when you a kid and stuff, you just thinking about. And then as a teenager, I didn't really know, right? You a teen, you just out living. But then I was always good at music. It always came easy to me. So I think this is when I was working at Huff. I was at Huff, and then me and Mega was like on the sales floor or something chilling. And he was like, man, you know what? He's like, dude, I just see you being an entertainer. Yeah. He's like, you know what, JB? I just see you doing something in entertainment. So then I kind of brushed it off, but it had stuck in my mind that day.
Yeah.
So then I ended up going home. And I was kind of like, you know what? It was good at music. I might as well just give it a try. Why not, right?
Yeah.
And then ever since then, it just, once you put your first foot forward and you command the energy of other people, right? And you'll bring into the arena people who want to do the same thing as you do. So then you just start building on that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. One thing you don't never lack is, the confidence.
Yeah.
Or both of you guys, shit. I be looking, I be looking at y'all like, fuck. I be at the house looking on my IG like, shit, Pollard hella lit right now. I'm on the couch chilling.
Yep, OG gets lit.
So when's the last time you smashed?
We're not getting into that.
OG Pollard, when you get the buns, OG Pollard.
OG don't kiss
and tell. Last time you got the buns.
OG don't kiss and tell.
I like that. OG don't kiss and tell.
How many kids you got? How many baby moms you got?
I just got one kid.
One kid?
Yeah.
One baby mom. Yeah.
That I know of. Yeah, nobody's called.
Were you around when that song? I don't know who sings it, but I always remembered it on like an old oldies thing. It's like I've been stroking. You know that song?
Yeah.
That's what I've been doing.
Stroking to the north.
I've been stroking to the south. That was sick, man. Y'all was raw back then. Y'all just been stroking. Y'all was probably holy. Y'all was probably raw dogging too. Was condoms even available in the '60s?
I don't know. They wasn't turning off no STDs.
It was like summer of love.
No, that was
right?
'80s.
Okay, that's
that
80s.
was
Condoms
80s.
came in the '80s.
That was '80s. Yeah, I'm trying to think of who did that song.
Clarence Thomas.
Clarence Thomas. Yeah,
I've been stroking. That's what I've been doing.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I've been stroking.
And then everybody builds on it and makes it more nasty than it originally was.
Yeah, it wasn't that nasty, but he was stroking.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he was stroking.
How'd you do in high school?
How did I do?
Yeah, high school.
Do as far as what? I played 3 sports. I ruled the dance floor.
You've been with this shit then. What sports were you playing?
Football, basketball, and swimming. And then I gave up basketball because I was too damn short, and I did football, track, and swimming.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you graduate?
Did I graduate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the other OGs I had on the show, they were like, man, this school wasn't for them.
I went to school. I went to school to play sports.
Yeah.
Yep. My mom swears that. She said if they didn't have football and swimming, you wouldn't have never finished high school.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, one thing Mono told me, when I went to San Diego, I seen you over there. You remember that? It was like, what was it, like 2 years
were
ago?
you at the sunburn? Yeah,
Sunburn.
That's right. You were sunburned. Yeah.
Yeah, and I had,
for the happy party. Yeah.
And I had my Make America Great Again hat, and I caught a lot of heat. But I mean, I took it.
Hey, the only thing I had to do was come over to me. I had to help you fight your way out of there.
No, because I remember I seen you, and then you looked at my hat. You were like, "What's up with that?"
I like those hats.
Yeah, I had no idea because it's a huge responsibility wearing that hat.
Yep.
A lot of criticism goes with it. And
I got one.
Yeah. I talked about you with this. We talk about shit like this all the time when I used to cut you.
Yeah.
It's hard to have an open mind and have an open conversation about these things. and I know it's like, yeah, it gets weird. Like, I had to stop wearing it because it's too much heat.
It's
Way too much heat. Yeah.
Well, the weird part is, a lot of people think America was never great.
Yeah.
So how can you make it great again? But that's because they've never lived anywhere else. If you go to any other country, you realize that America is the greatest country there is.
Yeah.
Because if you think you're oppressed here, go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe the same thing. And I could talk about this with Bilion too. You read a lot.
Yeah.
And yeah, we get into deep conversations about this. You're like one of the few people I could have a conversation with. But what you been reading lately?
I've been reading. What have I been reading? I've been reading This Is Marketing by Seth Godin. I got there's a new book I just got that I gotta recommend to you. This what is it? The Witching of something. It's about San Francisco though.
Yeah.
And the guy who wrote it is his the father. He's the father of the guy who wrote The Last Black Man in San Francisco.
Oh, I didn't see that yet.
Yeah.
How did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it.
How was
it? The cinematography was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a cool movie. Like they showed different aspects of the city. I feel like there could have been more story.
Yeah.
But that's just opinion, right? You guys gotta see
yeah.
it and form your own opinion on it.
Yeah. Because I only read the intro to the book you gave me. Which one was it? What was it?
Which one did I?
Secrecy. Something. Fuck, I forgot.
Oh, Rule by Secrecy.
Yeah.
Jim Mars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you could tell a book's gonna be good if you read the intro. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, because he talks about
shit.
Jim Mars talked about. I mean, he's labeled a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
But he talks about different. Just he actually breaks down kind of like ruling elite throughout time and how they've controlled America.
Yeah.
Or like because it started with when the British left to come here and settle, right? When the first colonies and all of that, they were beefing, right? They didn't want to be with the king and stuff. So it's like it goes into all of that and the politics behind that, the ruling powers.
They were running from the king.
Yeah, they're running. Yeah, so it's like it's a lot of that stuff in there, right? I mean, so it kind of plays off the thesis that the king's always been trying to control power in America through banks, through money, through political, right?
Yeah, that's that shit right stuff, there. Yeah.
So it just gets, that's a good book.
Yeah, you go down a rabbit hole.
Yeah, but I've been reading that, and then what else? There's this man. I wish you know what? I do have the name because I really do, guys. Want y'all to know I want y'all to know what book it is. Yeah. That San Francisco one because it's really good. Season of the Witch. Season of the Witch. And it's about the dark history of San Francisco. Like the stuff,
I just
basically from 67 to 82.
Yeah. I just watched the documentary about the Jim Jones documentary.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy.
Yeah, that whole era is just
it was even hard for me to, I don't get shook easily, but like they drank like 900 women, children, man. Yeah, died. And they you could hear the audio, like he was preaching and shit, so it's okay, and there's kids crying and shit. Like that shit was made, but that's some pretty.
Yeah, San Francisco has a dark history, man.
Yeah.
That is rarely talked about, but I mean every place probably does, right?
Yeah.
It's like
But I mean, Rolling Stones out here. What's the name? When did you get her? 83?
82.
Or just how are things? How do you view things then, according to how they are now? Like when you were younger, what was the political climate back then? Maybe in like the 70s or the 60s. It was just
back then.
Like a teen?
Back then it was Nixon.
Yeah,
and Watergate. For you personally, Watergate.
Yeah, but for you personally, how did you navigate through things and how did you approach the social climate of the times back then?
I don't think politics really ever affected what I do.
Okay.
No. I basically live the way I live, and I don't let nobody tell me what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
As long as I don't break the law. and I've been in jail before. Jail.
For what?
Well, one time for drinking, one time for fighting. So yeah, I haven't been in any for any long. It's been like 12-hour stints.
Yeah.
So
what? Yeah.
But-
when you were younger, besides drinking, what else did you do? I know the psychedelics. Did you get into
no,
psychedelics?
I never got into drugs. Nope. I have asthma, so I can't do pot because it just kills my asthma.
Jamon, you ever did any psychedelics?
And-
Shrooms?
Nope.
Acid?
And pot would have been the only one because I wasn't going to do LSD. I watched too many of my college friends that thought they were having a good time because they were hugging the toilet.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, right. And that's what the shrooms did, because I used to have a bunch of friends that when it rained in Florida, they would run out to the forest and pick mushrooms and then come back thinking they knew how to identify them.
Would you guys be open to doing psychedelics?
No.
No.
Nah. Maybe mushrooms. Maybe, but I never had it. I never
Yeah.
entertained it, really.
I would just encourage, like,
I'd have to know who the person that picked out the mushrooms were, and
Yeah.
because there's so many different varieties, and 80% of them are poison. So
Yeah.
yeah, and
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean,
Yeah.
I like to look at it because they just legalized it or decriminalized it in Colorado
Right.
and in Oakland.
right. They got the magic shrooms.
Yeah. For good reason. I think it is a type of medicine.
Where does it take you when you do it?
Like visually, like shit gets weird visually. Like if you're on some really intense shrooms, just imagine all this was a wet painting and somebody just did like this.
So it would look blurry
It would look
or like smeared?
Yeah.
Kinda?
like shit would be dripping, fucking, and an acid. Everything would be super HD. All the vibrant colors and shit. And yeah, but for some reason it's hard to explain. But it does open up doors. Like Steve Jobs said, he would microdose.
Yeah, I
And
read
then-
this. Yeah, Jobs' book. I read Steve Jobs' book.
Yeah.
He was always experimenting with drugs.
Yeah. But I don't try to force it down people's throat, but I don't know, for some reason, yeah, especially psychedelics, that should be getting you woke. And you're already pretty woke.
Yeah,
But I
Well,
wish,
definitely-
yeah.
I'm woke.
But if you ever decide, if you guys ever curious, like, yeah, hit me up. I'll show you the way. For real. But you got a function to go to tomorrow, because we were supposed to do it on Thursday.
Oh yeah. Well, every Thursday night I dance at Baroni's,
Yeah.
which is in Pleasanton, and it's a dancing under the stars. And so Joe, who owns Baroni's, has a huge patio behind his restaurant, and they have a live band every Thursday night. And so for me, that's the beginning of the dancing weekends. So yeah. And I've been going for 9 years now, and yeah, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And now, originally it was an older crowd, but now I've told enough of my young friends about it that they've started showing up, and not only has it become a much younger crowd, but it's become a much crowd of color. So
Okay.
yeah.
Who's your favorite artist right now? Or like just throw a few out there.
Well, Eminem is my favorite rapper. I love Ludacris.
I fuck with Ludacris.
Kendrick Lamar. And then let's talk about the local people. Priceless to Rock. Get It D-Mac. Jay Stalin. So the whole Livewire group. Third World Lil Blood.
And I know, Bilion, you a big fan of Mace.
Oh yeah. Mace was one of my
Top 5. Who's your top 5?
He's not in my top 5, but
No.
he's one of my favorite like artists personally, right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Top 5.
But my top 5,
Any genre.
nah. I mean, any genre would actually be harder, right? Top 5 rappers would be, Jay-Z, Biggie. Who else?
I love Biggie.
Yeah, the whole Biggie top 5,
Tupac.
man. Pac's there. Top,
Pac's number one
Pac's
for me.
there.
Pac's
Pac's
in
in there. Yep, Jay-Z, Biggie, Pac,
Kanye.
Ye
there?
would be in there.
Oh yeah, Kanye. Would be
Yeah, I
mine,
would
too.
put Kanye in maybe my top 5. It's so many rappers now, huh? It's like
Yeah,
it's so much rap history now that's like, all right.
a bunch.
But yeah, I don't know who would round it out. Yeah, maybe T.I. maybe.
T.I.?
I don't know though.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't listen to T.I.'s. His older stuff got dated to me. I feel like
Which one was it? Urban Legend.
Urban Legend's a
That
classic.
shit, yeah.
Yeah.
that shit was lit.
But yeah, just and then top 5 all artists would be like Prince. I was a big it would still be like Jay-Z, right? He'd be in there, but it would be like Prince, Jay-Z, maybe
Michael Jackson. I don't believe
I
he
don't
was.
know.
I don't believe he was touching on little boys and shit.
I don't
did my
believe that.
research.
I think I don't know.
Because
I
the
mean-
Feds
His
was
music was fabulous.
yeah, the Feds was
Yeah,
on him
his
for 10
music was
years
good.
and they didn't find nothing. You know?
Yeah, I think it was definitely a conspiracy or something to bring him down.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Yeah.
Or R. Kelly. Could you still listen to R. Kelly and have that
Can I-
disconnect? I could do it.
I can, but
I could too.
I guess I do it in the privacy of my own home now.
Yeah, yeah.
Not to offend anybody, but yes,
Yeah.
I still do bump R. Kelly a little bit on the
Yeah.
low.
But I could make that disconnect. It's easy for me.
I don't know
You
if it's easy for me, being that if you don't feel comfortable listening to it in front of people, then it might not be easy.
Yeah, you're right.
But I think that it's
Songs are still good.
it's like I kind of felt like he was, he had Aaliyah.
He been, yeah.
Yeah, so it was like, I think maybe I came to grips. That sounds bad. Huh?
Yeah.
I came to grips with it a long time ago.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because I
but-
listen to it, I don't be thinking about, I don't think about.
Well,
like
I mean,
his-
you can separate an artist from their music, but
Yeah.
then, his stuff is so closely related to the topic, right? His
is,
topic
though.
is about sex and like women. So it's like, damn, now I do think that you're talking about these little girls.
Yeah.
Right? So that is the thing that makes it hard.
Yeah.
But then separated from that, if I could separate it, the music he made was amazing. Yeah, like I had his whole discography.
Yeah, that's
I
what I'm
was a
saying.
huge R. Kelly fan.
Yeah, we can't deny
Yeah.
that. And it's
But
like,
you could-
fuck,
but-
life's a trip.
Yeah, it's
you know what I
just
mean?
crazy
Like,
how he turned out. Yeah.
Yeah. Like
It's kind of like the same as like Chris Benoit, right? If you guys ever watch wrestling or something.
oh, yeah.
But he's like
He
a
was-
really good wrestler, but then
Used to beat the shit out
because
of
of CTE, he ended up murdering his family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he, right? It's like,
Yeah.
man,
That one, I wasn't that big of a.
people want to murder
Yeah.
your family, So do you follow this guy that murdered his family? But
Yeah.
then he did have a great wrestling career. So it's that kind of dichotomy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I feel like, we're in a time where, you're under a microscope. Like,
All the time.
Oh,
like, like, a lot of the time,
social,
all- yeah.
social media is ridiculous.
yeah.
I mean, it's up to the second.
Yeah.
You don't have 45 minutes or an hour anymore. You got 1 second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do look at it in a positive light, but you got to take all the ugly, all the ugly shit with it. But
Well, I
It's-
mean, yeah, I agree. I mean, I feel like the positive thing is that you can deliver your own message now. So now you don't have to rely on the media to tell your story or anybody to tell your story. If anybody say anything about you, you could go online right now and go, it's not true.
yeah.
It's not right, or
Yeah.
it is true, or whatever.
Yeah.
Even though, your voice can still be heard now. But then, like you said, it comes with a lot of pitfalls and a lot of
Yeah.
technology has changed things a lot. Things
Yeah.
are sped up a lot.
And especially in hip hop, like, Mono told me, you were I don't know how open of a Trump supporter you are. You never like. I didn't know till Lano told me, and you said you had a lot of.
I'm a Trump supporter,
Yeah.
and nobody has learned about how to counteract the media better than Trump and his tweets. I guarantee you that.
Yeah.
But so what is it that you support about him?
Everything he was for. He came in saying he was going to reduce unemployment. He was going to build the stock market. He was going to protect the southern border. He was going to correct all these bad contracts we got with different nations. And he has done everything he said he was going to do, except he still can't build the wall at the border. And so we now still have 2,000 people coming across the border every day and no way to contain them. So anyway, he's done everything he said he was going to do. The unemployment is lower than it's been in 15 or 16 years. The stock market is banging the top.
Yeah. And it's like we could fact check that, but I'll take your word for it because I believe that too. But like there's so much information out there that you need somebody say one thing, and
we're now talking to North Korea, trying to get that situation straightened out.
I think
to China.
I think that's big. I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, I do too. I do too, because nobody wanted to talk to that crazy man before.
I mean, dude. Yeah.
No, but so I do. It's interesting because I do understand that, like, I feel the way he does it is not good, but then what he's doing, right? Like, so he's a guy, I feel like my honest feeling about him is that he's a guy that he's been able to live without a filter for so long, right? So he's the guy that
he's the bulldozer.
Like, I don't know about that and all the metaphors, but I'm just saying
he's a bulldozer, straight
I feel
ahead.
like he's
nobody get in my way.
Yeah, but then it's off-putting in the way he does it, right? Because he uses stereotypes. He uses stereotypes and he uses kind of blanket statements to make his points, even though. Okay, so like I agree with his policies, right? But I don't agree with him. Right, as
the way he does, the way he
so
goes
it's
about
the
it.
same dichotomy as like R. Kelly, right? It's like it's the same as the other guy. It's the same as who else was I talking about? R. Kelly and it was somebody else we said.
Oh, the other. I didn't know the other.
Another example too. But
yeah, you did.
I think that is some things a lot of people can't separate that, right? Some people go, man, I can't mess with Trump because he tells people to go back to your own country and and it's a lot of shock politics, but his policies he is doing the stuff that you think you would never be done, right? Yeah. Like you said, I never thought anybody would be talking to North Korea, right? And he does.
Nobody would.
Or like, but then he does. He's just really.
But how do wars end? How do wars end usually? When when one side had enough, it's like, all right, yo, we got to talk about this, man. Enough is enough.
Well, no, it's just that
that's what a peace treaty is a discussion and an agreement. So.
Yeah, on those fronts, on those fronts, I think that surprising I'm saying this, that he has done a good job. But
you just don't like his personality.
Well, it's not his personality, it's his personality and how that's how he really feels about people and stuff. Right? Like if you're saying stuff like that, you kind of feel that way. And
when he said go back to your own country, he was actually addressing that to Omar. He made the mistake of not separating the other three people.
Yeah, but then the thing behind that is like, why tell somebody to go back to their own country?
Like, what are we talking about?
She needs to.
But that's an opinion, right? Because if you're someone that doesn't agree with that, you're like, she don't, right?
What example are we talking about? Because there's a lot of things that that the media, they take their sound bites.
We're talking about the squad.
Everything he says, they flip it into like. There's a lot of times where I'm like, yo, they take that shit out of context.
Yeah. I mean, I just think that there's not a lot of people that have the gift of discernment, right? Yeah. So it's just having the ability to make an educated decision for yourself, right? Like
Yeah.
you two may agree with the policies, right, and stuff, but which is fine. But I don't think you guys should be vilified for it, right? I don't think you should be chastised and vilified.
Yeah, and
But-
that's the problem I have, man. It could get violent really fast.
Well, I mean, but it's the same. But then I guess I want to say I don't have pity for it, right? Because it's just I've seen this happen in history before,
Yeah.
in a sense. So you right, like there's a lot of people that had it hard, worse, right?
Yeah.
So I just think that it's all in its time,
Yeah.
right? But then I don't think any of it's good, right? Like I don't think that if you're a Trump supporter, you should be getting things thrown at you and slander your way,
Yeah.
right? It should just be like, all right, that's his.
Yeah.
He supports Trump, right? Like
Yeah, like it's cool.
that's
Like
yeah, like, and then because you have to just do what you support, right?
Yeah.
And I think people get real.
They-
But politics are real emotional. I
Yeah.
think when people take them like that, right?
And
when they hold
religion.
to them,
Well, that's because nobody that you vote for do you like 100%.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I mean, because even most of the people you meet on the street, you don't like 100%.
Mm-hmm.
So you pick the one that's got the least amount of bad attributes and go with that.
Yeah. I mean, you make your own.
You research each one and say,
make
okay,
a
well, I
decision,
can't
yeah.
do that, so we're
Yeah.
gonna do this.
But I definitely do think that. So like, I think you two are outliers. I think that like, he has like a core group of fans, but they're like fanatics.
Nah, there's a
Right?
lot. There's a lot.
No, but
Well,
what I'm saying
that's
is
what fans are.
that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying the emphasis. I'm saying the whole word fanatic because
Yeah.
they don't necessarily even care, right? They're just going like, I just like Trump for his extremes, right? Some people might like him because of what he says, the negative things, and then some people like him because of his policies.
Yeah.
So
Going head over heels. Yeah.
yeah, so I just feel like it's just it's crazy, right? It's like he does. Yeah, he has a really, really interesting, or will have an interesting story.
The
when it's
thing
all
is,
said and
he
done.
just. I was excited because he just looks so much more familiar. Somebody I can relate to more. Like he's just straightforward. You know what I mean? He doesn't like what's that word? He's not politically correct. You know what I mean? That politically correctness just gets in the way of what you're really trying to say. And it's
Well,
like,
number one, he's not really political at all. We all voted for him because he was a businessman and not a politician.
and he could talk a lot of shit. I think that's what his edge was during the debates.
Yep.
Like, nobody could get with him as far as like when it's time to talk shit, you know, time to make somebody look bad. He was way better at it than everybody else. Like,
Yep.
and I'm thinking about it. Say, Donald Trump is president. If you're an enemy from another country or whatever, like, would you want to run up on this dude? Like, would you? If you're another country, would you?
Yeah, I would run up
you-
on
you-
Donald
you-
Trump. Yeah,
You
You'd
know,
be
but
ready
I
to-
wouldn't run up on America, right?
Huh?
America
No,
is
that's
the
what I'm
most
saying. Would you?
but
Okay,
that's
so
not
would you?
Donald Trump.
you
It's
don't
Would you
run
run
up on him once.
Would you want to go to war with somebody that you know that's running his country? I don't.
But
think I
that's just
would.
a person that's running the country because, like I said, they're all the same, man. I mean, not the same, but like, there's been people worse than Trump in office before, right? So it's just like, it's just this era we're in. We're in the era. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? There has though. There's been people way worse.
Yeah,
Way
and
worse.
I didn't get to dig into it, but you know, a lot of people think Obama was one of the worst presidents, and I got the book, but I forgot what it's called. But I didn't get to read into it, but I feel like I got played.
No, I don't think he was a bad president, but then I'm not a fan of government, right? So it's a different topic for me. I don't look at it as I look at a president as a figurehead of an agenda that's being served, right? So like, they're the figurehead for those 4 years or those 8 years.
Yeah.
So none of them are right. They're just running the agenda of America.
Yeah, but he doesn't have ultimate power. There's 3 branches of government.
Yeah, but that's all of them. So I can't say any of them are good or bad. They're just acting out. All they can do is right, give you their policies, you vote on it or not vote on it, and then they have a term or a set amount of years to live out their policies.
When's the last time you blamed anybody else but yourself about your downfalls?
You can't.
People do though.
But then that's
That's where I see the problem is. I was like, yo, like, I mean, you gonna blame this dude for everything going wrong with your life? I'm like, yo, I don't care who's president. I'm still gonna, I'm still gonna do me.
Do what you do what you do.
Yeah,
that's what it's about, though. I mean, that's one thing I think all three of us agree on.
Yeah.
Is that that's just a figurehead.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Whether we like them or not, right? Some figureheads you like, right?
Yeah.
Some figureheads you don't. I like Bill Clinton. I didn't like, right? I liked right? It was right. I was a kid though, so it made he seemed likable, right?
Yeah. You like R. Kelly and Bill Clinton.
Man, it's all bad. They all going down. Yeah, feel me? It's bad, man.
Two turtles with the same shell.
Man, for real. So like, it's just I don't think. I think if people would start to think above that. Right? And above the
they don't though, especially now. It's like it's crazy. All I want to do is just have a conversation, a fair conversation, without it getting into argument, without offending anybody. And it's hard to have that nowadays. Even at the barbershop, there's sometimes where I'm just all in my head, just like I can't talk about a lot of shit, because there's plenty of times where shit got heated, and you be like, damn. Like I had a when I was wearing my Make America Great Again hat, one of my customers, one of the other barber's customers, like, he felt some type of way, and he was hella cool, but come to find out, like, he really felt some type of way, like he was really mad. But long story short, I had like a 2-3 hour conversation with him afterwards, and it ended up being cool. But before that, he was like, yo man, there's a lot of you know what I mean? Like,
well, I think that the like I say, it's a lot of some of his fans are extremists, right? So they are on the extreme end of some of the things that I don't agree with, right? But it's crazy, man, because some people it bothers them.
Yeah.
Right? Some people it bothers them and it affects them.
Yeah.
I feel through talking to both of you guys that we're not people like that, right?
Yeah.
I don't let politics control me that much.
That's what I love about this, but it's like, fuck, I wish everybody could just
But that's not life. Yeah, right? That's not life, yeah.
But next time you get in that situation, ask them what news they watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you have to see.
I guarantee it's CNN.
Yeah, because you have to see
Clinton News Network.
Or it's just they both promote agendas, right?
Yeah, right.
So
right.
Fox
you
and CNN, they're on the opposite spectrum.
And that's why I say I think us three, in talking to y'all, I feel like we're blessed to have the gift of discernment.
Right.
Where it's like I can see that both. I can look at them both, know that they're both trying to sell me something. Yeah. And make an educated decision on the just the facts that I have present to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that, like you said, if more people maybe made their political decisions based like that, like you said, like do
based
real
on
research.
an assortment of information.
Yeah.
Not the negative fake ass news that CNN puts out.
Because both, right? Because you're gonna have people that say not the negative fake ass news that Fox Network puts out, right?
Yeah.
So
right.
It's this, but then that is the key, right? Is letting people know it's both, man.
Yeah.
You gotta just make your own decision, man. Like I know they both bullshit, but I still voted for Trump. Or I know they both bullshit,
but Fox has better looking women.
Because I look at everything, especially now, information is in abundance. Like, so it's like, yo, call it fake news. Somebody's gonna call it fake. I might I'll take it as, yo, this is my truth. I believe this.
Well, that's all you could do.
That's all you could do.
Actually, you got to decide for yourself.
But when I have these conversations with people, they always look to discredit me. Like, man, where you getting your information from? I'm like, man, wherever I can get it. Like, I'll say, like, shit, I'll be on Wikipedia, Instagram, fucking whatever. And they're like, see, that's wrong right there. I'm like, where you get your information from? CNN? What the fuck?
Or it's I don't feel like I don't feel like it should be judgment on either way, right?
Yeah.
So it shouldn't be you asking that person that. It should just be more of a conversation of why do you feel that way?
Yeah.
Right? What are your reasons? Right? Not and maybe they are the reasons they heard on the news, right? But at the end of the day, all you could do is tell people your position and hope that they respect it. If they don't, then that they just don't respect it, right? But as long as if it's how you really feel, then that's your truth, right?
Yeah.
You have to go through this life yourself.
Yeah. And even on top of that, people found out you're a Trump supporter, and you had a lot of hate messages.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, it is.
And a lot from people that I thought were friends.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where it gets weird. It's like, man, and that shit hurts too. Like a lot of people, a lot of people, when I speak my mind, like people that I know for years, they be like, man, I had no idea. Like, yeah. And especially you, like, I hate to say it, but yeah, you being an old white man, it's hard. It's a lot harder for you guys. Like, yeah. Like you have this, what's that called?
Yeah, because most of my friends now are your age and black. So, yeah.
And especially being black, like, I know a lot of black, like my black customers, my black friends, like they're not open with their opinion because they know what it comes with. Like I'll be having these conversations like, man, I can't be talking about this shit, but I'm black. You know what I mean? I can't. Yeah. Like, blood. You feel where I'm coming from?
No.
Like, no?
I don't. I don't know where that was going.
Yeah. Okay. Like say if,
like the song says, you just gotta stand up.
Okay, say shit. say just being black and being a Trump supporter automatically it's like what like what do you do, like you black, like you can't be supporting Trump. It's like,
I mean I think that's the stereotype. Yeah just like the stereotype is if you're a white guy from Florida you probably support Trump, right? Yeah, but it's not. It's just anybody. Yeah, you just support Trump, right? Yeah. Like you just voted for the man. It ain't like you support all the bad shit he do. It's not that. But or maybe some people do, right? It's not. All you can do is deal with people on a one-to-one basis, right? Yeah. And I feel like if you don't generalize and if you don't stigmatize and stereotype, you'll be able to get your thoughts off and feel confident taking criticism also.
Yeah, but it's not like that.
I think it can be if you just deal with people on a one-to-one basis, right? Yeah. And not try to deal with everyone's opinions or put everyone's opinions into one person, right? Yeah. So the people that may hate you guys they might be placing their opinions that they've heard, their opinions of him, their opinions that they formed, right, into the dislike of you guys' political stance, right? But that it should just not be judged that way, right? Because you could separate that. I feel like, but then other people have different boundaries. Humans have different morals and they have different grounds and stands when it comes to politics, right? So some people aren't as some people it does control their whole life, right?
Yeah, I just don't understand why hate has to come into it. I don't mind.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
I don't mind disapproval or having an argument. Yeah. But this hate crap got to go away.
Yeah, because there's no reason to, right? Because I can't. And this goes for both sides, right? And this is, I guess, this is something I just use as a conversational tool in life. But I guess on your side, if it's just asking people, well, what are the reasons? You gotta know if you don't like something, you gotta know about it. Yeah. Right? Like you can't know, like I gotta study that side too to figure that, I don't like it. Yeah. Right? Like you have to study.
Do some research.
Yeah, you gotta just do the research. And that goes right back around to what we were talking about earlier is if you can do independent research, get information from both sides. Yeah. Get information from right? It's like, or it's just like, okay, an example is like if you run into somebody and they say, I'm a Satan worshiper, right? That's something extreme, right? So somebody might off top judge you and go, you're a Satan worshiper. You're what? Like,
and make that assumption.
If you're not religious, But what if that person doesn't even know? about what a Satan worshiper is, why they worship Satan, right?
Yeah.
You need to learn that. If you can break down the barriers to learn why they don't like Satan or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Then you could be more informed, and then it'll either strengthen why you don't mess with Satan, and for example, or it might inform you knowledge on why that person does, and it might bring you closer to like a more even or understanding of things. So I think that's a tool to use, is just really making people search for a real reason. Give me a valid reason. Have a real discussion with me.
Yeah.
Before you.
Are you guys really? I was raised Catholic, but I mean, I'm not a non-believer. Although I used to be. I used to be one talking hella shit, about everybody's religion. But yeah, I've grown up since then. I'm not. Yeah, I don't do that anymore, because I realized, it just, the energy it brings. But now, I embrace everybody's religion. If it does good for you, if you have faith in it, and I got faith in you, it's like, yo, I'm with it. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna talk shit about the next person's religion.
Unless you're a radical Muslim.
Unless you're a radical Muslim, then.
Well, I mean, I just, it's like the same as all our conversations. So I feel there's radical everything.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like there's radical fucking Christians.
Yeah, there's radical, Catholic, radical.
There's radical everything. So
I haven't heard of any radical Christians cutting off your head.
I have.
I'm sure they have.
The Crusade.
Oh yeah. That was way before me and you.
But that's still history. History counts. Yeah, history definitely counts. If we forgot about history, that we wouldn't matter. So we'll be history one day.
Yes, that's true.
So I think that that's life. Everybody has extremes, right?
Yeah.
But the key is not tuning into those extremes, because the reason something is extreme is because it's an outlier. It's not the normal thing, right? So if there's these extreme Muslims that shout down races, right? Those are the extreme ones. The majority of Muslims aren't like that.
Yeah,
right?
True. Exactly.
If there's these extreme Christians, the Crusaders taking over, beheading people and raping and pillaging for Jesus, but that's not all Christians. That's not Christians today.
Yeah,
right?
But I do like looking at both extremes, and then just seeing, okay, you here, and then see where I'm at.
Those are the outliers, though. Yeah, those are like everything's gonna have, right?
Yeah.
Hitler thought Jews shouldn't exist. He thought a race of people shouldn't exist.
Yeah.
And right, so it's like
exactly.
It's wild.
And I didn't. I got Mein Kampf, but I didn't get to. I read some of it, but I mean the reason why he was pissed because from World War I, they got played. I think it was, correct me if I'm wrong, the Treaty of Versailles. They just, not only you lose the war, they pay for everything, and they lose land, they lose their territory, and then it's like, okay, I look at it like, okay, this is why he was so pissed off, and this is probably what sparked it. But
yeah. I mean, it's always good to look into the, study the thinking of somebody. Maybe why they did something.
But my information only goes so far. I'll say this, and I'm not gonna be this is absolute. I'm just talking about it. Hopefully, we could just have a conversation. But somebody would be pissed off just for me having that book. You know what I mean? Why would you have that book? I'm like, but I'm not right.
Well, you just gotta. Well, you can't be. You can't know if you feel that way or not until you read the book.
Yeah.
So you study it.
Yeah.
Right.
You gotta read the book to find out if you don't like it. Right.
Yeah. And I asked a lot of people that were in the military, that had a military background, okay, what separates Hitler from Alexander the Great or Genghis Khan or all the great generals? And a couple of them were not much.
Yeah.
One lost, one.
They were all trying
but
to
they
take
all killed
over the world.
They all killed people. All killed innocent men, women, children.
Yeah, I mean that's life. It happened.
And Hitler did it. He did it his way.
You can add Napoleon to that group.
Yeah, Napoleon.
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, history has a lot of atrocities and it has a lot of great things. So it's just, I think, in the time we are, I think that goes back to a lesson maybe I learned when I was younger. It's a general statement that we've all probably heard throughout life is those who don't know their history are bound to repeat it. And that is because if you don't study these things have happened before, right?
Yeah.
You can make a decision. You can make an informed decision. You've seen these things, right? So it's big. I feel like people don't, in this age we're in, everything's so fast and attention deficit is so low that people fail to realize how big, like we are part of history, right?
Yeah.
Even how OG had the statement, remember about the Crusade, and I was like, the Crusaders.
Yeah.
That they was raping, right? Because I look at it in the whole scope of history. Even though it was way before us, way after us, it shapes who we are, thoughts, literature, things we've studied. You know what I'm saying? It all shapes our past and our future.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think everything that's going on now, I feel like it's just meant to happen. Whatever happens. But yeah, history does repeat itself, and I think it's gonna keep repeating. But anything's possible. Like maybe
Yeah, I mean, I think things.
That's why you hope everybody studies it so it doesn't repeat itself.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. And the problem with what you said about the Muslims is there's only a small fraction of them that are radicalized. They've determined that about 30% of them are. And when you have 300 million of them in the world, that's a bunch. So,
well, that would be 30,000, right?
You
said 30% of 300 million. That would only be 30,000, I think, right? Or 300,000. So that's not a lot. It's billions of people on Earth. That's small.
That's a bigger army than we have.
Nah, we got the best army. Yeah, we got the best army in the world.
We don't have 300,000 people in our army.
And it doesn't matter. All those rhetorics. That's what I'm saying is all those rhetorics don't matter.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So like even though your stance might be against them, right? It doesn't. There's people with a stance against you.
Doesn't matter until he walks into the coffee shop.
Yeah, or you could just
with dynamite across his chest.
It's your time to go.
Off.
It's your time to go, right? It's just your time to go then.
Jesus, here I come.
Or whoever you pray to.
That's right.
And you know what's coming to mind? It's like sometimes there's stuff that I want to talk about, and then sometimes I hear somebody like, "Yo, if you don't talk about it, then it doesn't like if you don't feed into it, then it doesn't it won't matter." Like what Morgan Freeman say? Someone in an interview, they're like, "What do you think about racism?" And he was like, "What? Like, what did he say? Like with racism or the fuck? Oh, I lost it. Or slave?
I don't know, but I guarantee you, with Morgan Freeman, it sounded good.
Yeah. No, they were talking about slavery. Morgan Freeman was like, I had this conversation with you. I asked you if you think slavery is a choice."
No. Slavery wasn't a choice. No one makes a choice to be a slave.
Okay, but I didn't say this, right?
You're conquered.
I didn't say this, but
there's a bunch of people have been conquered in life.
They were bought.
Yeah.
That wasn't a choice.
But Morgan Freeman said, if you don't consent to it.
That sounds silly. I mean, but he probably meant it a different way in a different context, right? Because Morgan Freeman, I don't know the exact quote. So I mean, not answering it based it on his real quote, right?
He said for sure. He said if you don't consent to it, then.
Yeah, I think he means mentally though, right? Because I feel like people who have been enslaved have been through mental torture and also, right? It's not just physical. So it's the mental thought of knowing your own, the mental thought of the things done different for you being separated from family, things like that, right? So I think he meant, I don't know, right? Content, but I'm saying it sounds like he meant mentally, right? Because it would be a little naive to think that people who are slaves had a choice, right? You don't have a choice. Any slave, it doesn't matter, right? Because you wouldn't want to be a slave if you had a choice. You wouldn't be a slave.
Right.
I mean, that's why they're rebels. We call rebels for
But those are just people after you've been enslaved, right?
Yeah.
They're going to fight back.
Yeah, eventually they make the choice to fight.
But if I come lay this whole barbershop down, right?
Yeah.
How many people going to fight back? It might be one.
Yeah.
It might be somebody with a strap. But that don't mean the majority of people going to lay down and let me rob them.
Yeah, but individually,
right?
individually, everybody has a choice.
Yeah,
and
but
there might be one.
Yeah, but it's not a choice if it's forced upon you. If I'm like, you gonna die, right? No one wants to die in a sense, right? There are some people who are extremists, outliers,
Yeah.
right? People who will take the bullet in name of maybe their reputation, or you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll take it for what I stand for.
They'll actually take it to protect somebody else.
Yeah, or the but then
Is it that
the
a choice, though?
majority's not that though.
Yeah.
Definitely
right?
a choice.
Yeah,
The
it's
majority,
a choice.
see, the majority makes the choice to fall back.
Yeah,
and
but
there's
that's-
always going to be
yeah.
somebody.
But that's human nature. That's
Yeah.
in nature.
Yeah.
Right? There's not all the lions ain't beasts.
Yeah.
Right? It's one lion. He's the pride, the king, the pride, right? It's not like 3 lions that's the king of the pride. Maybe in a different pride, they got their own lion. But it's only one king of the lion.
Is it fair to say that there's a beast in all of us?
Yeah, I mean that's human, the human psyche though. Yeah, there's a bad part of, not a bad part, but like a savage part of you, right?
Yeah.
Where that comes from just human, maybe evolution and instinct, right?
Well, there's a survivor part in you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like the flight or flight reflex, right?
Yeah.
So I'm either gonna run,
That's
or
one.
I'm gonna
That's
fight.
That's one option.
Yeah.
There's another
But
option.
but
Is that not a
but
choice?
that's-
I know what you're saying.
it's
like,
not a choice. Slavery's because you're not talking about the option whether to run away or fight. If I can't run away, if they're gonna kill me, that's not an option.
Well, they couldn't run away. They were chained.
Yeah. Like, right? It's nothing for me. It's not a choice. It's like I'm getting took, right? If I come like knock you out, right? I come in hefts, knock you out, boom, drag you out Hef's barbershop. Don't nobody help you, and I take you to Ocean Beach,
Yeah.
and like take you on a boat,
And then keep
and
on.
take
keep
you
on.
to
Keep going, yeah.
and then take you to Hawaii,
Yeah.
And now I make you get banged by little boys in
Okay,
Hawaii.
yeah, if
For,
Or work
That's what I'm
church.
trying to
you
get
get banged, but no, but look,
If
you
I was-
didn't have a choice that whole time
Yeah.
because I knocked you out. I took you,
Yeah.
right? You got a choice to run away or something, right? Like you got a choice to defend yourself.
Yeah.
But you might, you know, what if I kill you or something, right? It's like
Yeah.
that is not a choice because something happened against your will.
Live
Now-
free or die. I forget what slogan it is from, but
Yeah, but that's like no, that's.
you're saying what
These
kind
are
of
people-
choices?
yeah.
What kind of choice is that? But you know, people die for what they believe in all
Yeah,
the time.
but
You
would
know,
you die for what you believe in?
if I was a sad, like let's just say I was
no,
a
it's
straight
you.
sad,
There's no if. It's you.
I might.
Would you die for it? If somebody came in here and was like, if you come in here with a gun right now and put a gun in your head and was like, say you don't believe in God, right? Or I'ma kill you.
Yeah, it's hard to say, but you know,
What
if
would
I
you
was a
do?
sav, like
are
you
you
know,
a sav?
if I felt
You
I'm
can't
not in that
say if-
situation,
but no.
but I can't say
that's-
that I
you
wouldn't.
can-
I can't say that I
But you can
absolutely
see
would.
yourself in that situation.
I can see myself in the situation.
So what would you do?
It depends.
I don't think I would, right? I don't care that much about religion. Somebody put a gun in my hand and tell me, say you believe in Jesus.
Yeah.
I believe in Jesus. Then
Well-
I believe in whoever you want me to believe in because I know you ain't gonna kill me there, right?
Yeah.
But then for something else, somebody else, they might be
They
like,
might, yeah.
nah, I don't believe in Jesus, right? Shoot me.
Yeah.
But that's still not a choice, right?
I
You
think
just
it is,
reacting to what's going on.
I think it is.
Well, Jesus said, if you turn your back on me, I will turn my back on you.
Yeah, I don't know what he said. Yeah, but I feel you. Yeah, whatever Jesus said, that shit was probably tight.
That's why. Yeah.
Most people would run away from the problem, and then there's a small group of people that runs to the problem.
Mm-hmm.
But that majority, like there is a savage in all of us, and with them too. They just decided to make that choice. You know.
Nah, I mean, I
Right.
think because when you look at society or life on Earth, life forms, right? So I'm not even thinking about humans. I'm thinking about all life forms. The majority are gonna follow, right? That's why someone could be Puffy, or somebody could be Trump. Somebody could be Kanye West, because the majority of people will follow, right? Because majority of people aren't experts on something, right? So like I might be an expert I'm an expert at rapping, right? I'm really good at rapping. I know how to rap really good, right? I know how to form bars. I know how to, make hits. I know where to put hook, right? I know that all of that stuff. So I don't look to people for that confirmation, right? Because I know about that.
Yeah.
But I go get my refrigerator fixed by the refrigerator guy, right? I don't know how to fix refrigerators. So I'm following. I'm trusting what the refrigerator dude say because he said he could fix it. He might not know how to fix it just as me, much as I do, right? So that's, I think, why just things, humans, like organisms, most things follow because that's the easier thing, right? If you don't know about it, it's easier to follow something. But like he said, the few people that are outliers are like independent thinking minds, right? Where they go, nah, I don't agree with this, and I'm willing to change it. Yeah. But that is not the majority of people, right? Yeah. It's just not.
And see, this is what I went through when I was wearing my Make America Great Again hat. The few times I did it, it was like, yo, am I ready to take this responsibility? And in San Diego, like, dude, but there was a few people trying to get at me sideways. So I was like, the way I flipped it on them, if they would approach me, I'll be like, yo, let's talk about it. I'll show them love instead of being hostile. You know what I mean? And when you show people love, like, especially in that situation, it's like, what can they, you know? It's like I flipped it on them so many times to where we start talking, and I'm like, yo, it's all good, right? Like, now, you know, it like.
Well, I mean, yeah, showing love will overpower anything. I mean, if you keep things positive and keep things on an even.
And that's what I learned. Yeah, that's what I learned. But man, wearing it every day, like, I was like, yo, like you said, I made the choice to, like, I really do. Like, if I had the choice, I would wear it whenever I want, but I just don't wear it anymore because sometimes I'm not ready to take on that responsibility.
Yeah, you don't want the hassle
people around me. Yeah.
But that's the difference, right? Yeah. There's somebody that is wearing it every day.
Yeah.
And see, they would hassle you more when you wear it than they hassle me when I wear mine.
Yeah. Because you've never worn yours,
because of the stereotype.
Oh, yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
No
and
way.
I've never been hassled when I've had it on.
At the functions?
Well, I wear hats to the function. I wear caps because
you don't wear a political statement to a function, right?
I did that. That's what I'm saying.
But that's not just like.
But I just want to.
When you put yourself in those situations, you have to be prepared for that.
That's
right?
what I'm saying.
That's not smart, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Not that it's not smart. It's an independent decision. Yeah, but if you know that, why do it? Right.
Thing is, every time I did wear it, I was like, "Yo, I'm ready. Ain't nothing, you know."
Yeah, but look, the whole thought process behind that is a little weird, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm wearing something with the anticipation, like something might happen. Yeah, I'm ready, right? Yeah. You shouldn't even be going in to a situation like that, right? Pollard, I don't know you right that good, but I feel like you probably just throw your hat on. If you feel like wearing your Trump hat that day, you just throw it on. It ain't that the weight of the world ain't on you, right? You ain't got the weight of the world on you. Like, man, if somebody come up to me, now it's a little different.
To play golf,
but then it's different because being that he's a white male, the stereotype is like, well, somebody like him would probably be a Trump supporter.
Yeah, and since he's young.
Yeah, so you understand the weight of it. It's the same way a gay person had in the 80s, maybe, right? Coming out as gay. It's the weight, like, if I tell everybody I'm gay, they're going to change the way they feel about me. Just because, even though it really has nothing to do with them, right? Yeah. Like, but wanting to vote
we don't have to go back to the 80s. They have that trouble today.
Gays have that trouble today, too. Yeah, it's prevalent now. But I'm saying...
Not so much in our area, but you go outside of this area, they've got the same problem.
No, definitely. You leave San Francisco or California, right? It gets crazy. Right. Or they still have the persecution. They're persecuted, is what we're saying.
Unless you're in Key West.
Yeah. So persecution is out there, right? And that's just it's something that you have to learn to navigate through if you want to maintain your beliefs. Yeah. In that through process.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I still maintain those beliefs. Is like, I'm just not outspoken about it because they're like, I'm just not ready for that all the time.
Yeah, but see, I see that as what's a good metaphor to put it in? Okay, I remember I had a friend, right, and he would always wear back he would wear like goth stuff and kind of like 666, like rebel, that type of just like rebel, how black, the kind of motif of black scale and stuff like that, like things anti-religion, anti-government, anti-establishment, right, type of stuff. Which is like punk rock, Steve, right? Like that kind of wave, right? And so I remember, he would wear like that. He would wear these type of clothes, and then he stopped. He started wearing just, regular clothes, right? Wearing OG Pollard fit or something now, right? He's not really wearing the dark clothes and the dark eye, right? And eyeliner and stuff.
Goth look.
Yeah, the goth look, right? So one time somebody asked him, like, man, like, yeah, you don't be wearing that, like, that goth stuff, something. And he said, it's still how I feel inside. I just don't have to publicize it all the time, right? He got tired of just always having to publicize it, right? Because that's not something you have to do. That's something, right? Like, I'm a Laker fan, right? I'm like a Bay Area Laker fan. Born and raised in the Bay, right? Born and raised, like in San Francisco.
Get the hell out.
Yeah, man. Laker gang. Kobe. Championships. Shaq.
And before that,
AD.
Before that,
I gotta admit, I love Shaq. So.
But before that, when I was a kid, like, I'll feel some type of like, man, like you on some straight sucker shit. But I've grown up since then, and it's like, it's cool. It's like,
But see, but when you come to the realm of politics, right? That is the big adult game, right? So it's like kids, like sports teams. It's like, right? It's like, I don't like this team. I ain't messing with you, right? But being that politics change people's lives in decade, right? That there's the extremists know the consequences, right? So they do things on a more extreme level. And then the people who are semi-informed, which is the majority, right? The majority of people aren't fully informed. They're semi-informed. Exactly. Which is why they make decisions based on the media, right? So they just go, I ain't fucking with Trump because Trump said he said this about that lady, right? And then they go, I'm messing with Obama because he said he did this for that, right? And you go, all right, but none of those are all extremes, right? The people who support it, you just have to do your research, your due diligence, and then like he say, if he done his research and his due diligence, when somebody asks him a question about Trump, he could tell them why he supports Trump.
Yeah,
he could tell them why, and it doesn't like make him scared or like, right? Because it's the conviction. It's just like when people are super religious, right? They have the conviction of like that religion, like, nah, this is just how I follow and do and live.
But the thing is, I'm not saying like, I know what you're saying as far as like you got to do your research, but people know what they know. Like as far as like when I got into all the other genres, I came on late. You guys already knew about the shit, and like I remember I was at the club one time, and it was what was it? It was fuck, what song was that? Bobby Brown, and New Edition. It was a New Edition song, right? I was vibing to the shit, and then some dude came behind me, tapped me on the shoulder. He was like, "Hey, like what song is this? You know what this is?" I was like, "What? Like, you know what I mean?" And then he was like, "See, man, like they don't know what the fuck they don't know what the fuck it is." It's like, can I just enjoy the music? You know what I mean? I don't want to turn into that.
Enjoy the music, but he asked you if you knew what it was. You just say I don't know what it is.
Yeah, but no, the thing is,
just say you don't know my prerogative.
No, the thing is, it was, let's say it was every little step I take. It was like, it's like I don't gotta prove to you that I know this shit. You know what I mean?
You don't.
And
so you also don't have to wear the Magma hat to a club.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, what club can you wear a hat to anymore? You can't get into any club in Oakland with a cap on.
That's why I have a problem with that. It's like, why I can't get it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've got a bunch of friends have problems with it, but they
that's how it is.
Always have me walk the cap back to the car.
But like, okay, especially with music.
Yeah, you can wear a hat, but you can't wear a cap.
Especially with music, I've come across a lot of these older people, like say I'll be listening to Jimi Hendrix. Like, what the fuck you know about Jimi? You weren't even born back then. That. I was like, yo, can I
Purple Haze, baby?
Yeah, can it just be enough that I enjoy his music? Like, why I gotta be? You know, why I gotta like?
Shit, Hendrix.
You can enjoy whoever's music. I think,
but you know what I'm talking about though, right? Those a lot of older people that try to.
Yeah, but what I get is like the way you explain these stories is that these questions and these things are affecting you, right? You can't let these things affect you, right? They're just opinions.
It does affect me though.
Yeah, but that's
you know, and I choose to handle it the way I handle it.
But I think that's what it starts with.
Yeah,
it starts with you, right? That's why we said it starts with you trusting what you believe in.
Yeah.
Right? Because then the other things can't affect you.
Yeah.
You can take those opinions in, and you can do your research.
See, that's what I'm saying. You're really good with that shit. Like, you don't let shit bother you. Ever. You don't let shit bother you. Like,
yeah, man.
Anything negative, like, it just bounces off you.
I've come from the
tripping.
bottom.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, I've seen the worst, and I've tasted some of the best.
Yeah.
So, when you come from the bottom, everything's a bonus.
Yeah.
Right? So, like...
not with everybody.
No, I guess
but with
from
you,
my disposition
yeah.
on it, I guess, right? It's
There's
like,
a lot of times I look at you like, what? Is there anything that bothers you? Like,
yeah,
like,
though. There's a lot of
but it
things
just
that
doesn't
bother
come
me,
out.
but yeah, or
like,
you just... Or I guess I'm good at dealing... I'm good at looking in myself, trying to understand why I feel a way about something.
Yeah.
And... a lot of times it's just thinking before you speak, right?
Yeah.
And thinking about what you want to say, thinking why, thinking, right? And just going through that process.
Go back to that's what makes you. That's one of the things what makes you great MC. Like your confidence never, like you never question yourself. Although I do. Yeah, right? I'm cool with that, but it's like I question stuff because just
everybody's different.
Yeah, I'm looking. Yeah, and with Pollard, like, there's not a lot of you out there, but I'm sure there's a lot of people in your position that would, that wish they could be doing the things that you do in your similar position.
Yeah, most of my older friends think I'm crazy, but but once you know your person, you don't let that stuff bother you.
Yeah,
you already know what direction you're headed, and they can either jump on or jump off.
Yeah.
Man, and he's saying it right, like, and we have never had a conversation like this, right? But I feel the same. It's you just have to, when you have it's like a preacher, right? If the preacher has conviction in whatever the religion is, the people who follow the preacher will also have that same conviction. So it's just like when you know who you are, things and opinions can't necessarily affect you. They can inform you.
Yeah,
you can listen to them.
Yeah, you can listen to them.
Okay, see, the thing is, like, I don't like. I know who I am, but I know that a lot of times, sometimes my words get me in trouble, and it hurt. I could hurt people with my words when it's like not intended, and that's what bothers me. Is like, fuck, I didn't mean to. I'm just thinking out loud. It's like, fuck, that's
but I mean,
you can always apologize.
Yeah. I mean, it's just having a conversation with people in Discord and letting people know that, like, you don't have all the answers. You want to learn all the answers. That's why you inquisitive. That's why you want to know.
Yeah. But that's why, that's why even in the barbershop, like, there's times where I just don't want to say shit because I know everything going on in my head, I'm sure to offend somebody.
Yeah, but I don't know if a barbershop is the proper venue all the time.
That's
right.
What I'm at,
because but you own that, right? So it's a business. So you have to think of what the customer wants.
Yeah.
Right? It's not what you want all the time.
And I do take that in consideration.
Yeah,
that's what you're saying, like, I can't let my point of view
just as a business owner, right? It's like if we knew all the business owners' political views, would we be supporting some of the businesses we support? Maybe not, right? Or maybe so. You never, right? Both ways. So
I'm pretty sure I would, because shit, I still listen.
No, but I'm just saying, but
other people,
we just don't, right? I'm saying, I don't know if political, in a barbershop, should I say, in a barbershop setting, I don't know if political discord is something that customers would anticipate walking in to get a haircut, right?
I would think, though. That's a safe haven to talk whatever, speak freely.
No, true.
That's what I thought.
No, but what I'm saying is it depends on the environment you create, right? So in your shop, you might feel like you've created an environment where you can talk like that.
Yeah.
But you have to create that environment within your shop, right? So it's just like it goes back to each his own. Having that
okay, we're gonna wrap it up. But okay, it's just for example, I was in this situation. I had I don't know if you've seen the blackface mirror I had up. It was an old school porcelain mirror of the barber, like holding up the mirror.
Blackface one?
Yeah, and I know people had a problem with it, but it's like, if somebody ever asked me, I'll be quick to address it. Like, I did my research. And I know about the black, like I know what I know, but it was to the point where I took it down because one of my customers was telling me, like, is it worth it? You know what I mean? Like putting, business in jeopardy. It's like,
but it's
really?
not that is it worth it. It's just like yeah, is it worth it? Like, you have to have the. If you're gonna represent, you gotta represent, right? It's like being in a gang. So it's like, if I'm gonna be a blood, I gotta be a blood all the time. I can't be a blood sometime. I can't be a blood when it's convenient for me, right? Yeah. So if you want to hang a Sambo picture up in the barbershop, you gotta be prepared to deal with people that might find it offended.
Yeah.
That's just what it is.
Yeah, and I am, but
or you cannot do it and not deal with those issues, right? But if it's a piece of art that's important to you, and you know the history behind it, then you're able to speak on it with knowledge. Yeah, and that could deflect someone who doesn't agree with it, right? Because now you can have this conversation.
I always have, but in this particular situation, somebody that I've respected, like OG, and it was like, I just took it down just out of respect individually.
That's cool.
And I just gave it up, even though.
So what did it look like?
It was a porcelain mirror of a black face holding up a mirror, and I looked at it as a piece of history.
Yeah.
But other people look at it.
But it's a bad piece of some people's history.
Yeah.
It's a piece of history to you. But it's a bad piece of history to somebody, right? Yeah. So that's just the conversation you have to have when you run into somebody where it's a bad piece of history for them.
Yeah. And I'm always open to having those conversations. It's just like time after time, it's like, it's just, it's like, is it worth it? Is it, And that's where you're saying, like, we all, like, with a choice, it's like, I make the choice, I'll fall back.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. What?
Wrap it up, B.
Wrap it up. Okay, so I've got this, idea from Candace Owens. If you guys don't know Candace Owens, look it up.
She's actually cool.
You know Candace Owens?
Yes.
Yeah, I fuck with Candace Owens. But she would end the show with saying, if you had 1 minute, if you had the whole world's attention, look in the camera, and you got 1 minute to tell the whole world whatever you got to say in 1 minute.
What
you
want us to do it?
Go ahead,
like, what you want us to do? You want us to do it?
Yeah.
Which camera are we looking at? Oh, okay.
If I had 1 minute, I would tell people to always use discernment, always lead with love, stay creative, and know that you can do anything you put your mind to. Work hard, Mamba mentality, you feel me?
Go ahead, Pollard.
Work hard, don't let nobody hold you back. Party as hard as you work, and let's get lit.
Hey, okay. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. OG Pollard, King C's Bilion. When's your shit coming out?
Yes, sir, man. Go Give Me My Steez Back is streaming. It's available on all social media networks. Instagram, Spotify. Go stream, download the music. YouTube, King Steez Bilion, Super Steezy SF YouTube. Videos is on there, content. Just a lot of excitement.
I've been waiting, man. I've been waiting,
man. It's a lot of
music.
music.
They need to know it. They need to know.
Definitely happy about all the music coming out. Please support, Thank you. Yeah, thank you in advance for the people who do latch on, man.
Okay, thank you guys. Let's wrap it up. Okay, OG Pollard, what's your shit? Let's wrap it up.
Hey, I got good friends performing at Lake Merritt in Oakland on Friday afternoon. I think there's 7 rappers on the venue, and go out and check them out if you don't got anything else to do. Pool party on Saturday with Priceless DeRock and Shiny Sean, and then Sundays on Sunday.
Feel me?
Pollard, what's your favorite song? Right now. One song. Outro, we out.
Tatiana.
Tatiana. There we go.
Down, Tatiana.
OuttaPocket Live, OG Pollard.
Shout out Ryan De Niro.
Buzz it down.
Tatiana, we out. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
I wanna see you bust down. Pick it up, now break that shit down. Break it down. Speed it up, then slow that shit down on the gas. Slow it down. Bust it, bust down, bust it, bust it, bust down on the gas.